Hi there everybody, I'm going to show you how to do basic stage makeup with a ballet eye. This is for CYT for the king and I particularly because we're going to use some black eyeliner and do a winged thing that we wouldn't usually do. Just right off the bat, your kids are probably going to want to have a mirror of some kind. There's a couple kind that stand on their own. You do want a standalone mirror. I think I got one of these from the Dollar Tree, so it's not expensive. They'll probably also want a stretchy headband of some kind or a bandana to tie their hair back. They should come to the theater with their hair already done. And at that point, you might want to put on a bandana or a hair thing like this because it's going to protect your hair so you don't get the makeup in your hair. And so you keep your hair out of your face while you're putting on the makeup. Yep. All right. Okay. And now we're ready to put on the first bit of makeup, which is our foundation. I believe, it's my understanding, that you guys each are gonna have to have a Ben Nye makeup kit that's gonna come with your cream, shadow, blush, and lipstick. And then it's gonna come with a eyeliner and eyebrow pencil, powder, a puff thing, and a base. It might come with some other things too, but I believe that that's the basic, and that's the basic of what you're gonna need for this. So this is our basic makeup. This is for guys and girls. It just happens to be a girl makeup chart. And there's the order of things that we're gonna do, starting with foundation and one of our little sponge brushes. Again, these are very inexpensive and I love them. So first things first, we're gonna put the base everywhere, all over the face, and we're actually gonna put it on the neck as well and blend it down. You'll have to forgive me if I miss a spot or two because I'm using the screen on my camera. Okay, blend it into the hairline. It's okay if you get it on your eyebrows because we're gonna go back over them later. You wanna go over your eyes, under eyes. And to get this stuff off at the end of the day after the show, it can seem a little bit tricky. You're also gonna wanna get over your ears. You can use coconut oil. I have a little bit of coconut oil here. You don't have to get the fancy stuff, you can get the cheap stuff. Olive oil works as well, but of course then you smell like olive oil. So it's totally up to you, but those are some things that I think are cheaper and last longer than the normal makeup remover. If you wanna go with the normal makeup remover, Neutrogena has a great oil-free eye makeup remover, and I tend to use that to remove all of my stage makeup, if I have it. So there are some options for that. Don't worry, it's not impossible to remove, but I wouldn't let your kids go to bed in the makeup because it's really hard on the skin. Okay. Almost done with the base. Don't worry about doing concealer or anything else underneath this, ladies, because this is going to be your concealer and everything. Not to mention that you can't see minor blemishes from off stage anyways. Okay. Usually in professional theater, you would blend your makeup all the way down to the neckline of your costume. I'm wearing a black tank top, so I'm not going to blend the makeup all over me, but this will be on average how far you'll need to blend down. So I'm gonna take a look in my mirror, see if I missed any spots. The sides of your nose. Make sure you get around your mouth. It's okay if you get on your lips because again, we're gonna go over those a little bit later too. All the way to the hairline, the ears. Okay, so that's our foundation. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna do cream. You're gonna get a brush that comes with your Ben Nye kit as well, or at least it should. If not, you can go out and buy a brush. I sometimes use normal painting brushes because it's cheaper. You can clean your brushes using hydrogen peroxide. I wouldn't recommend it. I would use rubbing alcohol. You can use hand soap as well, but it will dry out your brushes more. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to buy new brushes soon. Next, we're gonna put on the cream or the highlight. It's gonna go a couple places. It's gonna go down the front of the nose. It's gonna go over the eyelids. We're gonna do a ballet eye for this, which is different from most stage makeup because we have a blonde stage and the light's gonna reflect up and minimize all of the nice work that we've done on our makeup. So we're gonna do some cream underneath the eye too, which is not the normal, and we'll put some over a shadow as well. I believe that that's all the places that we're gonna put on for our basic stage makeup. So you just wanna start out with a line down the middle of the nose. Usually put it on like war paint and then blend it later. You want it on the lid and you want it under the eyebrow as well. Notice I'm not painting it on, I'm just putting some streaks on because I'm gonna use my fingers to blend it. You can use a sponge to blend it as well, but I think that the fingers are awfully nice to use. You're gonna put some on your jawline this way. You can see we're gonna put a shadow right underneath it. This is the same basic contouring that a lot of you probably do every day or will do when you get older. It's the same basic concept. We're using light and dark colors to make it look like there are more angles to our face than there are because the stage lights will wash all of the angles in your face away. All right, so the cream we've got, we can blend it in a little bit. More is better with stage makeup, so I might end up putting a bit more on. The key is blending. Blend is your friend. So if I catch you backstage with streaks on your face, with makeup not fully blended, I'll probably blend it for you or ask you to. You're not in trouble, it just blending takes a little while to learn and it's important. All right. Okay, so there's our basic. I'm gonna use my finger and add a little bit more highlight on this side. This side. You'll be able to tell when you have done your makeup more what needs more doing. Also in your kit, I would recommend keeping a towel or a washcloth just to wipe the makeup off your fingers that you don't mind ruining because stage makeup does stain. Okay, so next you can use the same brush we used for highlight. So you highlight first, you can wipe it off on the washcloth if you've got it, or you can use the back of a sponge or paper towel, whatever you've got with you is fine. Now we're gonna do our shadow. This goes in a couple places as well, and I'm gonna put it on like war paint again on the side of the nose. It's gonna go there. It's gonna go along the jawline below the highlight line. It's gonna get blended into the neck. You don't wanna go under your chin, but you can go all the way to where your chin starts. Okay, and let's see, for the makeup eye, yeah. So we're going to put the brown on the lid as well, especially in that crease there. Okay, a little bit more. Not on the upper part right here. You don't want it there, you just want it on the lid. And that is all the shadow that we're gonna have to do. I wouldn't recommend always using your fingers for this unless you have something good to clean your fingers off with, because it will get on your fingers and you'll spread it all around your face. But I do have something to clean my hands off with, so we're gonna do it like this. Otherwise I would use a sponge to do this. Dabbing is probably better than wiping, because if you wipe your finger, you're gonna wipe off all the makeup that we put on underneath. Okay. Here I'm gonna rub in circles, which is like wiping, but better, because we're not wiping everything off. We're keeping it in these little circle areas where I'm rotating my finger. Like this, okay? You can go up there a little bit towards your ear to give your jaw a little bit more definition if you'd like. Blend that down into your neck. This is the place where people usually miss blending enough. Right here. I am gonna use the sponge. I'm just gonna use the other side of the one I use for foundation to blend this together. I'm gonna have to check in my mirror. Okay, so now we're done with our shadow. Give me a second, I'm gonna let my dog inside. Okay, next we're going to do our blush. And so you've got these two pink colors here, and it can be really easy to mix them up. The lighter red one is actually going to be your blush, and this one that's more of a mauve purplish pink is going to go on your lips, and it's going to look a lot more natural that way. There's a couple ways to put on blush. I recommend not putting it on in a streak. This helps to control how much you put on. So you're going to get some on your finger and do 3 dots going up along your cheekbone. Okay, both sides. And then if you need more, you can always put on more. Okay, and this one we're gonna blend in the same way with the circles rotating. And it's gonna look really bright right here because I'm in a house, not on the stage with the stage lights. But on stage, this is not gonna look very pink or red at all, you're probably gonna still look pretty pale. Okay. All right. And that is our blush for now. Okay. Next, we're going to do our eyebrows. Especially for this show, I'm gonna have you do a little bit darker. If your hair is black, I'd like you to use a black pencil, or some people use mascara in their eyebrows to get it to match. If you're dyeing your hair darker, then make sure that you get a brown pencil. If you're going from blonde to brown, even if it's just temporary, get a brown pencil, or you can use the one that comes in your kicks. You're gonna wanna fill in your eyebrows. With your eyebrows, I think always go a shade or two darker, especially on stage, than what your hair actually is. Because we really want to be able to see that you have eyebrows, and the powder and all the foundation can kind of wash them away. So I'm gonna use my mirror for this because it's a little bit more delicate. Okay, you're just gonna fill in your natural line. Don't draw anything on more unless we ask you to, which we usually will not because this is just basic. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. Eyebrows are sisters, not twins. You've probably heard it before. They don't have to look exactly the same. Almost done. Alrighty, so there are our eyebrows. Nice, now you guys can see them again. And next we're going to do our eyeliner. So here's where it gets different. We're gonna go away from the basic stage makeup into doing the ballet eye, which is a little bit different, especially different for the king and I. I'm asking all of you guys to get a black felt tipped liquid eyeliner. You can get it Walgreens, Walmart, Target, any store that sells makeup will have this. Elf has one that's pretty nice and it's just a couple dollars. It's easier than the black liquid liner. With the brush pen, which you can use if you're really good at it, but it is really tricky and hard to remove. Again, because I'm moving and am missing some of my makeup, it's all scattered around, only have my basic black pencil again, which in a pinch we can work with. It's not gonna look too terribly different from off stage. Let me know if you're uncomfortable with the felt tip. We can figure something out, or somebody can help you do it. It shouldn't be too difficult. So for the basic eye makeup, we're going to go halfway to 3/4 length across the lid. Again, I'm going to use my own stand-up mirror real quick to do this because I cannot see myself clearly enough in the camera screen. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna go right along the lash line. See, you can go halfway or 3/4, it's fine. Don't close it off right here at the corner because we're gonna do something there to make your eyes look a little bit bigger. Yeah, so there's one side done. It shouldn't be too tricky. Don't freak out because again, you're on stage. So if it's a little bit uneven on one side or the other, don't worry about it. They're not gonna be able to see the difference from the audience, okay? Okay, so now we've got it on the top. This is still pretty basic stage makeup. Usually you would use a brown for this. Okay, I'm gonna extend it. I'm gonna extend the line a little farther out away from the corner of the eye. Okay, because we're gonna do an illusion here where it's gonna make your eyes look bigger. Usually what you would do for basic stage makeup at this point is you would take your brown pencil and you would just line the bottom half of your eye like you would with any eyeliner on any normal day. But we're gonna do a ballet eye, which is a little bit different and a little bit tricky. If you're not familiar with it, probably some of you already are. So what I've done here at the corner where I went out farther past the edge of my eye, we're going to start from the same place. We're gonna go down and around here so we leave some space on your under eye here because we're gonna fill that in with a white color to make your eyes look bigger so we can still see your eyes and all of the nice makeup that we've done even though the stage is blonde and the lights are reflecting. So give me just a second to do this and For the bottom one, you can use brown or black. Some of you I'll specify probably otherwise to use black. But for this case, we're actually gonna use a brown for the under eye because the under eye is not as important to be as defined. Okay. Nice, okay, so do you see what I've done here? I don't know if you can see. So there's gonna be a natural crease in your under eye. Mine's a little bit bigger than most, right here, and it goes all the way. So you can just use that as your guide and just follow that with your pencil. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. These are not my favorite brown eyeliners, the ones that come in the Ben Nye kit. They tend to go on a little bit light, so that you sometimes have to go over them again or wipe off the edge. If you want to get a different brown eyeliner, it might be a good investment, and it's not expensive. I usually have another one, but I'm missing some of my stuff right now, so I'm using the old one. Okay, so you see how we started out here at the corner? The corner of the black that we did on top and the brown is not touching. We don't want it to touch for the basic look. Again, some of you I might change that for, but for the basic eye makeup, you don't want them to be touching because it's gonna give the illusion that your eyes are bigger. And now we are gonna go back to the white makeup that we did before, the cream or highlight. We're gonna use a little bit of that now. So I'm just gonna clean off my brush that I used for the shadow real quick so we can use it again. I'm just wiping it off on this washcloth. Okay, taking a little bit of the white, and it's gonna go in that space that we left open. Okay, and you see it's going all the way across. We don't just